Today I want to talk about the topic of live streaming for events. Now, if you've watched videos from this channel for any number of times, you'll know that I tend to focus on the audio side of things. But today I want to do something a little bit different and talk about a brand new camera product from a company called OBSBOT. From my time running production in events and churches, I've come across a number of problems that I believe this product solves, and I think you find this extremely useful as well. So let's jump right into it. This is the OBSBOT Tail-Air, a camera designed for live streaming and recording from anywhere. Now, before I jump into the more interesting stuff on how you set up this camera for a multi-camera live stream, because that's what this video is for anyway, I want us to actually check out what this camera is and what it does. OBSBOT claims that the Tail-Air offers amazing AI auto tracking for professional streams without the camera crew, with other powerful features. I mean, it acts as your personal cameraman and director and shoots up to 4K 60 frames per second. This camera is designed to simplify some of the complexity involved in the live production process, and also simplifies the process for volunteers and people who are just starting out or doesn't know their way around cameras and professional equipment. And let's just go through some of the features of this camera that really makes that achievable. The first feature of this camera I want to talk about is its resolution and its low light performance. Now, like I said before in the beginning, this camera shoots up to 4K, and it shoots 4K at 30 frames per second and shoots 1080p at 60 frames per second. It's designed with a 23mm prime lens with an f1.8 aperture. OBSBOT Tail-Air is able to gather more light, bringing brighter frames, finer details, and less noise in low light conditions. Another feature of this camera that I find very interesting is its AI auto tracking ability. Now, the bit about this camera being your personal cameraman and director, it's achievable because of the AI tracking function built into it. So what this basically does is that it locks onto a target, humans, objects, and even pets, and then follows you around. Now let's get to some really serious features. Well, the AI auto tracking feature is really cool, but in my personal opinion, the third feature that I find very interesting is the NDI support that this camera has. NDI is a network protocol that enables high definition video to be transmitted or received over a standard computer network in real time with low latency and high quality. The Tail-Air supports NDI HS3, which is the most efficient NDI format yet. This means you get to enjoy high quality, low latency live stream via Wi-Fi or Ethernet. Also, it brings the limitless possibility for you to build up a single camera or a multi-camera live stream. Now, two things to note here with using NDI. First, you need an NDI license key with this camera, which you have to purchase separately. And then the second thing is that if you want to use wired connection for your NDI, so the Ethernet connection, you need a USB-C to Ethernet adapter, which you have to buy separate. So the USB-C goes into your camera, and then the Ethernet adapter, you connect your Ethernet cable to it. This also works with PoE Ethernet switches, so you can both send data and be able to power or charge your Tail-Air on the go. Finally, my most favorite feature of the Tail-Air is that it comes with multiple connection methods. The Tail-Air comes with several built-in interfaces, allowing for abundant compatibility. For wired and wireless connections, it provides multiple options such as HDMI and USB-C. You can actually connect it directly to your computer for use as a webcam. Has Ethernet and Wi-Fi like we've talked about before. Now, you can output this video signal directly to a screen, a display, or you can integrate it to your current live stream workflow. Now, there are a ton of use cases for the OBSBOT Tail-Air. I'm here in my church just to give an example and demonstrate how I basically deploy these in my setup or when I run events. It has lots of use cases. You can use it for gaming, for your personal live stream, for your Zoom calls, video calls, for sporting events, for live productions like this. I'm a live production guy, and basically that's what I deploy this camera for. If you have smaller events, you can use a multi-cam setup, up to 3 of these, to actually create your to be like your cameras for your event. Also, if you have a bigger setup or you have main cameras and things going on for you, like we do in my church right now, then this works very well for us for other cameras, especially band cameras. You know, the kind of cameras, small ones we have like this in our drum booth or drum shield, and then it's whenever we cut to the drummer, it's just at one angle. You can replace that camera with this, and it works very well because you can have presets in and zoom or zoom out or pan to certain parts aspect of the drum kit, and you ensure that every time you cut to the drum cam, you have a different angle of the drum. It just makes your entire service and production dynamic and very professional. So this is the OBSBOT Start app. Here you have a joystick here you can use to control the camera and move around, which is really good. You have your zoom rocker here, you can zoom in and zoom out. It zooms up to 4 times. It's digital zoom, not optical zoom, so it's not it's not too good for you to use as your main camera in a large event, because it doesn't have the zooming capabilities to be a main camera. You have to, if it's an event where you can't get away with putting this close to the stage and it tracks your subject, then that's fine. The tracking function is really good. If I double tap on me here, you can see the green box over me, and then it does a very good job in tracking me. So if I move around, it's able to track me, and it does the personal cameraman job. Now this camera also comes with gesture control, when you are able to use hand gestures to be able to control the camera. So you have certain hand gestures where you can use to tell the camera to track you or stop tracking, to zoom in or zoom out, to even record, and certain things like that. And you're able to see the camera response to your hand gestures by looking at the lights blinking in front of the camera. This is really good if you're a solo content creator, but for me, I turn this off when using the camera, because the camera is pointed to a congregation of people most of the time, and they do certain things, make gestures. In church here, we lift our hands and we worship, and the camera may be able to read these as the person giving it commands and start doing things I don't want it to do. So I basically turn them off and control the camera myself using the app, or I just set the camera to track if I wanted to track a particular subject, and that's fine. Now, a quick word on the OBSBOT Start app. The Start app is really good. I like it and the simplicity of use. The challenge I have with this app, it's that you can't do multi-camera with this app. You can only control one camera at a time, and then if you want to use one phone to switch to another camera, you need to get out of disconnect from one camera and then connect to the other camera. When you disconnect from the camera works fine, everything is all good with the camera, but you can't see the footage. You have to get to another camera. I would have preferred if you will be able to control 3 cameras at the same time with the Start app, and easily be able to switch between from one camera to the other, or even see the output of all 3 cameras from your app, especially the iPad version or the tablet version of the app, which is just like the mobile version. If you have, because of the bigger screen you have with tablets and iPads, if you can have like controlling more than one camera, up to 3, that will be fine. We do have the OBSBOT Smart remote controller, which is able to control 3 cameras at the same time. The only thing with that, it uses Bluetooth, and for my church, where we control this, we are all the way back controlling these cameras. We just have to connect them to the network, and we can go, provided we still get the same Wi-Fi network, we can be very far away and still be able to control the camera with Wi-Fi when we use the phone or the mobile app. But with the smart controller, I don't think you have that the ability to be able to do that from far away, because you have to communicate, this controller communicates with the camera via Bluetooth, and when you have people sitting around in a full hall, that wouldn't work very well. Another thing that I still don't like about the smart remote controller is that you don't have a preview screen to be able to see what you're doing like you do with the mobile app. So I think you can't get you can't get everything in each of them, but the app really works well for me. What we do here is everyone who has to control the app have to connect their own phone to the camera that they want to control, and everyone just does their thing. So yeah, we make do what we have. The microphone built into the OBSBOT Tail-Air, you want to shy away from using it. It does have an audio jack, which is a very good thing, so you can connect the output of a mixer to it as you would connect to the computer input jack. I have a video on my channel where I talked about how you can connect audio to Livestream without using an audio interface. So if you want to live stream directly from the camera, which you can actually do using the app straight to the internet, and you want to get clean audio in it, you can actually connect to the audio jack here, or connect a microphone like the one I have. The receiver you can connect to the audio jack. All right, I've got to demonstrate the NDI connection, I've got one OBSBOT Tail-Air here facing the drum and this part of the stage, and I have another one on top of this keyboard just for a demonstration. By the way, the mounting options for this Tail-Air, we've got a screw here where you can connect this to your base plate, or just a normal thread for connecting to a normal tripod stand. And also it is magnetic, so if you have, oh no, I don't have one here, but if you have any magnetic surface, this black ring here is a magnet, and you can just stick this to any any surface, metal surface, and it should be able to magnet. Right, the third camera is with me here in the sound booth, and I just want to show how this camera, I get it into vMix. Now, so this vMix open, and I want to use the NDI feature of this camera like you would do if you're live streaming with just this camera using NDI features, and they are all connected wirelessly to the same network as this computer is connected to right now. So if I quickly go to add input and go to NDI, I should be able to see all camera pop up here using NDI. So all three of the Tail-Air that has been connected. There's the first one, which is currently in the front, at the front rather, facing the drum booth and some part of the stage right here. And the second one here, if I add another input, I put it up on stage on one of the keyboards, just facing the keyboards. And yeah, that's this one here, and that's the one I have here. And then the third one is this one I'm currently using here in the sound room. So if I add that, it would be NGI input. Yeah, that's this one here, and yeah, that's the one I have right here. So you can add any other thing you want to add here on vMix like you would normally, and then you switch them and cut to the camera you want to cut to. Now, how we currently have this camera set up so that we can be able to show the video that comes from it on our screen, and so those behind and those in the overflow can actually get the footage in real time, because the NDI feature has like a little bit of, it's quite low but still has latency to it. And if the lips, for example, movement or the drum hit doesn't match with the sound we hear in the house because of the latency. So works well for live stream because you can sync everything together, but yeah, it messes up with your head a little bit when you get to see it in real time. So we use the HDMI. Basically, we've got the micro HDMI here. So let me show you here. We've got the micro HDMI to the standard HDMI adapter, and this goes into the Tail-Air's HDMI port here, like so. And we've got our HDMI cable connected here. With this, we send to our switcher, and we are able to, yeah, with this footage, it's cable and it's HDMI, has no latency to it. We're able to switch to the camera footage in real time, and everything is very fine. So this probably is what you want to use if you have a more permanent setup using this camera, and if you need to show the footage of this camera to the screen in real time. With the NDI feature, I would suggest that you use a very strong Ethernet connection with lots of bandwidth available, because you're sending video feed from, if you're using 3 cameras, you actually need lots of bandwidth, so you don't get lags and you don't get your picture breaking up, your video breaking up. So I've experienced it before when I just threw in, the internet wasn't too great, and then I had everything set up, it was good, and when people started coming in, the footage started breaking. So you really need to invest in that, and I think you should be fine. Alternatively, using a wired connection is the best. Just get a PoE Ethernet switcher, which is very good. Make all of your computer connection, your network connection, wired. So you connect this to the USB-C port in here, like so, and then you connect an Ethernet cable to this, kind of what we have here, and you would be happy like that. So all of your connections will be wired. You don't have anything going through the air via Wi-Fi, and it gives you a more reliable connection. And that's it. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one.